What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and we are back with match number 9 of the Invisible Cup. What is the Invisible Cup, I hear you ask? Well, it is a tournament where the players' identities are concealed. So at no point throughout the entire tournament do you know who your opponent actually is within our community. It's a $1,000 prize pool donated by the community for the community. And here we are on map number 1, Yggdrasil. Playing as the yellow tribe in the red position, substituted in as the original player no showed. It is the new PopTB Volcano, and his opponent, it was his map pick, playing as the red tribe in the yellow position. It is PopTB Balloon. Apparently, PopTB Balloon showed up 45 minutes early for this match, so for his opponent to show up 20 minutes late really adds insult to injury there. So it looks like this map is beginning standard. We've got players doing their converts, and they're doing them rather swiftly as well, looking for the groups of wild men as opposed to picking up the stragglers. Sorry for the hiccup there. And yeah, a very fast building. You can see that red has opted to build very specific huts to allow him to place down the maximum amount of plans possible. Yellow doing a slightly more standard build of just building out this row. There's a fire warrior training her on the way here, of course. Defense on the side, up very quick for both players, but red has done something very different with his towers than you would normally see. He's got this one back here, a little bit of a reserve tower, perhaps protecting the side door. I like the idea of that tower. We'll see if that tower comes to any benefit later on in the game. And these two towers are quite close together, and there's nothing on this main strip just yet. Yellow's gone for two towers really widely spread, but they're almost on the same horizontal plane. A little bit of brave fisticuffs going on, and a nice warrior hut. We're going to be seeing one warrior hut out of the yellow player. Let's take a little look at the populations now that things are slowing down. Red player has 56 population, only 49 for yellow. Now that is typical because of the bases that the players are in. It's very common for this base to get a better convert. We've got 9 huts, and 5 fire warriors to 15 huts and 1 fire warrior. So there's definitely faster hut production coming out of our yellow player in this first game, and look, he's even placed his plans correctly so that he can get the double hut on the side strip as well. A little bit of aggression coming in from the red player. As Fire Warrior shoots down one of the yellow towers. So, this is an interesting position because although our yellow player moved quickly, he's actually got next to nothing on the defense. These two towers are going to be filled with Fire Warriors, and one of them already is. The Shaman is hiding in this tower, and that's the only reason that our red player hasn't attacked into this. And this tower will cover as well, but no towers on this front strip. Could be potentially dangerous. Nisi's already trying to guess the players in the game. It's good to see people actively trying to guess. Nice aggressive tower is going to be taking out some of yellow's side defense as well. So I definitely say red has secured more of the map. He's building an abundance of towers actually. Double ghost coming down for the red player. The ghosts were positioned well to push the shaman, but a well-placed blast clears up the ghosts, and red actually rolls into the water. Very unfortunate for our red player there. Meanwhile, our yellow player is going to be looking to do nothing. I thought he was going to push in. He's brought some warriors with him, so he looks like he wants to attack on this side strip. Lots of players already guessing who our red player might be. Less players guessing who our yellow player is there. So it looks like these warriors are going to be able to clear out these towers. What does our red player do at this point? While we wait for him to decide, we'll have a quick look at the base. The base for red is almost complete. The base for yellow is very certainly almost complete. There's only a couple of huts left to go. Got a tornado from yellow on a couple of the front line towers. It looks like the aggression is not yet done. As our red player opts to go for a trade, red clearly feeling safe behind his defenses. He's going straight towards yellow's middle facing strip, throwing down a couple of ghosts to distract the towers. Another wave of ghosts coming on the way. Brave getting into combat with the Shaman. Gets a nice push, but not before the Earthquake is cast. Let's see what it does. Oh, that's a bit dangerous. It doesn't do any immediate damage, but what it does is it creates a path of land here that troops can come in, and also makes a ramp here, meaning that troops can actually get into the main base around the defense quite easily. But now we've got a counterattack coming in for the yellow player. Could potentially be devastating. But it looks like the Fire Warriors were targeted correctly onto the Shaman. Yellow rolls into the drink. There are still yellow warriors running rampant. I think they're the same 3 warriors that we've been seeing earlier. Lots of red warriors, though. They are going ham on yellow's defense. They're going to be taking apart the Fire Warriors and even getting a couple of brave kills as well. Interesting to see as our red Shaman starts to push forward. Got a tornado coming out from red onto one of the towers. He needs to be careful. Fire Warriors still shoot when they're inside a tornado. And he goes down. Takes just that little bit too much damage, but these red warriors are causing havoc. Pretty much all of these towers are about to lose their roof, which means there will be delayed on how long they can be repaired for. And that's going to leave yellow feeling wide open right now. So, populations 60 for red, 64 for yellow. So yellow has actually managed to close that gap and then even overtake red's population, but a big part of that would have been the troops that have been lost. We take a look at the bases themselves, though. You can see there's already large huts on the way. Plenty of medium huts in the mix as well. The upgrading is good for our red player. And he's only got a little bit more to do on his side. His back of the base still isn't terribly finished, though. And if we look at yellow, very few upgrades for our yellow player. He did build much faster. We've got a tornado coming out from the red Shaman, actually managing to pick up the yellow Shaman and the tower, and the follow-up blast as well to try and make sure the Shaman dies. Although that's a little bit weird. In the 1.5 edition of the game, it makes her do a funny forward roll. 70 population to 69. Nice. As our red Shaman pushes into the defense. It's what we were saying, you know, yellow has no front defense, and red has identified this and is actually pushing in very aggressively. Blast coming down onto the Fire Warriors, and they're not quite able to take down the Shaman. Another red Shaman has a little bit of a choice, and in fact, she's bringing Fire Warriors. So that tells us the red Shaman probably doesn't have too much in the way of mana, but this high ground available to her own Fire Warriors can be very annoying. The tornado doesn't actually find the kill on the Shaman. Red Shaman's still alive as yellow Shaman gets harassed by red Fire Warriors in her own base. You can see the red Shaman over here skirting around the edge while yellow deals with these Fire Warriors. I'm trying to keep both Shamans in the screen. We've got an earthquake from red down in on the center of the yellow base right now. Population is moved out of the way, so not much population dies as a result of that attack. And the follow-up blast from our yellow player secures the kill onto red. But our red player brought all of his Fire Warriors forward, and that means his towers are completely empty. Unfortunately, this means the counterattack from yellow could be huge, with only one Fire Warrior in a tower right now and a Shaman on the way. Never mind. Yellow rolls into the water. Yellow's only opportunity at a counter-attack, and he plays it a touch too impatiently. He goes straight into the drink. And we can see our red player is very quick on the upgrades. He's also not built on his trees at the back, which I do like. There's a space for a couple of huts at the back of the base, but the upgrading has been very, very good. Missed an earthquake. We can see where the earthquake goes down and the damage that it does as yellow misses one light. Yellow manages to connect the second light, but not before the earthquake goes down. A couple of blasts from yellow to stop his men taking lava damage, as the red fire warriors continue to be a general nuisance. Yellow just using blasts to try to clear up fire warriors. Now, red has been a bit smarter about his use of fire warriors. He did bring some forward aggressively, but he remembered to leave a couple at home as well. The yellow shaman almost dies there, but manages to survive, killing a couple of fire warriors and taking out a tower. Red warriors running by. They're actually into the yellow warrior training hut. And I think that's the only warrior training hut yellow has. Yes, it is. So yellow not going to be able to produce warriors very much at all. So, the yellow base has taken a bit of a pounding. As you can see, there's warriors still lingering around. There are upgraded huts. Quite a few upgraded huts. So, our yellow player is doing his very best to try to stay in this. But he's definitely falling behind. Got a swarm coming out from my yellow shaman. Follow up lightning as well from our yellow shaman hiding in a hut. And the earthquake's fine. At this point, red is just applying pressure to yellow. Red is further ahead, as you can see by the populations, 101 to 77. Yellow rocking a lightning and an EQ in the chamber. Red still has an EQ after casting that one on the defense. So what red's doing here is less about trying to secure a kill and more about keeping yellow under pressure during this game. We're about 12.5 minutes into this match. Yellow falling behind, red taking a strong early game. But we will see what happens from here on out. 110 pop. Oh, lightning is good from the yellow shaman. Managing to find the kill onto red. Our red shaman does have 2 EQs in the chamber. Yellow comes forward, uses his only EQ on the defense. And it cut the right way. You know, if it had created the hill this side, that would have been annoying, but it actually does do a bit of damage by cutting this way. Still going to make the red base hard to attack into for our yellow player. $30 huts to 28. We've got a land bridge coming out from our red player as well, so probably going to just... Oh yeah, it immediately fixes this. And it's a perfect fix as well. You don't see any blowing... You don't see any exploding huts here like when I try to fix my base. So we'll see. There's no additional tower plans being put down yet, so it's just fixing the path at the moment. Another land bridge out of our red player, potentially going to be creating a wall along this side strip. Yellow shaman getting a little bit harassed. As the tornado goes off into the distance, it takes up a brave. Throws him around, but the brave even survives, so... That's just the way of things for our yellow player. So many lights being utilized by our yellow player, and he actually does not find the connection with the shaman on that one. He's got a couple of warriors primed at the front line as well. Now, it's been very quiet on this front. There's no fire warriors in any of these towers. Our red player is actually, for the population that he has, very light on fire warriors. He's actually got more warriors than he does fire warriors. Oh, and I go off into the sea because I'm bad with the mouse. So our yellow player looks to be trying to apply a little bit of pressure. Oh no, the red shaman goes down by the water, throws out a lightning, misses, but actually pushes the yellow shaman forward into the range of the towers, which then secure the kill. So we can see our red base. Plenty of upgrades right now. And it's actually completed at the back as well. 3 warrior training huts, 2 fire warrior training huts. Red holding a firestorm in the chamber, as well as his 2 earthquakes and his 3 land bridges. So we could be seeing a side out of red. We take a little look at our yellow base. And you can see it's more or less the same, though the upgrading has been slower, probably as a result of the damage that our yellow player has taken. Populations 140 to 112, 29, 28 huts, because one of them is upgrading, to 31. An earthquake from our red player onto the front of the base, taking out one of the towers, setting fire to one of the huts, shaking down another hut. But our yellow player is starting to stabilize. You know, in no way is he winning this game, but he has prevented his immediate demise. That was until red places an amazing lightning and secures himself another shaman kill. And we can see those land bridges starting to go to good use here. We see one more land bridge in the chamber for our red player as he throws down swarms, hoping that those swarms will go into the towers. Lots of yellow braves being thrown at the shaman. Red's going to get plenty of population damage from these braves alone. Lightning coming out and a land bridge up onto the high ground. That's good. That's good shaman awareness there. The firestorm comes out from red onto a couple of the fire warriors, but red really does need to be careful as fire warriors approach from all directions. Ghost army does come down and an earthquake to follow up. The red shaman's actually still alive, so throws down one more earthquake for good measure. And the earthquake actually isn't too great. Yellow player will actually be happy for that. The amount of mana that was used, our yellow player will be very satisfied with that. Very little damage from the earthquakes. And you can still build on all of this for defense as well, so this side strip can be fortified. But look at this. Huge warrior run by from our red player. And triple tornado out of our yellow player. Clearing up red's defense, but red should be pretty smart about replenishing this. He's got a lot of towers anyway. The yellow warriors with the support of the fire warriors in towers absolutely massacre the red warriors. That's a trooping win for our yellow player. And actually yellow at the same time simultaneously winning a shaman duel with a well-placed lightning, killing red's shaman and opening up the opportunity for yellow to do something of his own. He's got 2 land bridges. He's got a lightning. He's just used his tornado. He's got a couple of swarms. He's got double earthquake if he can get into the red base. Fire warriors have been clicked onto the shaman. There is no firestorm for our yellow player. And there's the volley of the fire warriors that is going to secure the kill. Yellow shaman going down there before she actually gets to use either of her earthquake spells. Yellow does have a sizable armada of warriors, 11 in fact, but red, even despite his losses, sporting an impressive 14 warriors. So a lot of this land is no longer damaged, but it doesn't look like it's buildable, which is very annoying. And our red shaman is starting to move up the side. Just going to throw down double earthquake once again on the defense. Try to open up this base a little bit more. And the damage is good. The defense is non-existent. The next attack could potentially be devastating. As red's warriors are once again cleaned up, dropping from 14 to 1. Warriors with support from towers. They're really, really good. What our yellow player could do is start building some towers in his base. Oh, double lightning coming out from the red player. Retaliatory lightning coming out from the yellow. Red manages to survive and take out the yellow shaman. What our yellow player could do is build rows of towers here so that when he starts to expand backwards, he's got more of a defense to retreat upon. What? What? So, double resync, and we've time traveled about 30 seconds ago. The game's trying to get itself back in sync, but notable difference is our yellow shaman is alive now. Not taking that duel that got her killed. Potentially game changing, but it does look like the game has managed to get itself in sync. So what was I saying prior to the double resync was, this is all space. If you're not going to fill it in with land bridges, it might as well be towers. A tower or two down here can't hurt either. I don't know. I always just like, whenever you've got wood, and there's plenty of wood, and you've got spare base, put a tower there. You'll never know. You never know when it'll help you. Another earthquake coming out from our red player. Lightning coming out from the yellow player in response. Earthquake from the red was atrocious. Yellow shaman's still alive. Oh, never mind. Got a large hut. So there you go. That's winning. Couple of blasts coming out from the shamans. Good use of the blast trick coming out from our yellow player, who manages to prevent fall damage just enough for him to win the shaman duel, but not before red, in his dying breath, throws out another EQ, gets another large hut as well. There was a large hut there. Now, there is a large run-by of warriors here. They're going to spread out in and amongst the towers, probably. Or perhaps even dive deep. Fire warriors are hiding inside huts, perhaps trying to catch shamans off guard. I would like to hope our yellow player is a little bit prepared for that, and it does appear so as he throws down the ghost army. And there's the firestorm as well. He's going to get into the base with a damaging firestorm. But he does go down from the Fire Warrior volley as well. Our red shaman struggling. She is caught in the blaze. She's trying to get around the firestorm. Firestorm's radius is see, she's running again. Firestorm's radius is stupid. It does not match the animation in the slightest. 3 large huts. Perhaps a 4th. I'm not sure if this was already destroyed. Do go down for our red player. See? Now this is the front line. I bet you're wishing you had this wall of towers now. So the populations at the moment, 180 for red, 136 for yellow. Yellow rocking 3 lightnings, 2 land bridges, 1 swarm, and 2 earthquakes. Red rocking the double earthquake that he just used. 21 warriors from red, 24 fire warriors, 6 warriors for yellow, and only 9 fire warriors. So a significant troop advantage for red. And in fact, with how pushed back the front of the yellow base is, Our red player may just... Oh, yeah, he's doing it. I was just about to say our red player may want to troop all of this. We missed an earthquake going down. Sorry, I didn't think the shaman would get in, and she didn't. It was an earthquake on the defense. There you go. That's where the earthquake was cast. Now, the yellow shaman does manage to get herself alive. Lots of red braves chasing her down to try to kill her, or at the very least impede her from interfering with all of these warriors. And it does look like the overwhelming numbers for our red shaman player, also known as Balloon. Oh, double lightning coming out. First one fails to find the mark, but the second one hits true. Now, there is only one earthquake for our red player, as yellow moves his population. Good earthquake from red. Doesn't destroy anything, but it does get 4 huts and a tower. The red shaman does go down, but look at this side strip now. It's absolutely overrun with red warriors. So many large huts going to go down. The only warrior training hut going to go down as well. And we just take one look at the red base, and you can see, aside from that firestorm and that earthquake, it's pretty untouched. Now, there is a bright side. All of this land has healed, so yellow could build on it if he wanted to. Our red player is alive once again with a double earthquake in the chamber. 112 population to 186. As red goes for a long side. Double lightning out of yellow. Neither of them fail to find the mark. Wow! There is a whole lot of luck on the red shaman side there. Yellow says, "You're the most gay player I have ever played." He's not very happy right now. He's got maximum salt out. Our yellow player is not very happy right now. Red does go down, hit by a volley from the Fire Warriors, but I don't think it matters at this point. Our yellow player doesn't have a base. What a shit game, says yellow. He's already mad. He's already angry. Our yellow player, very, very unhappy, unfortunately. As red warriors flood into the yellow base. Populations 172 to 35. 27 warriors. We'll watch yellow's pop plummet as the red warriors do their job, massacring population left, right, and center. Unfortunately, our red player does not have a very good game attitude. I will not be reading any of that out. Very disappointed in how our yellow player is talking as he quits. That brings an end to game number 1.